Yeah, you're welcome back. It's still your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane on Get Fit on Black Drum TV. Like I said, this is the show where we help you get your body to its optimum level. So if you want to get more tips and more, just follow me on FITWITBRAIN or watch us on Black Drum TV. So that's what's up. Today, we'll be doing another workout session, and this time around, we'll be working on the lower body, that's the legs. So it's going to be exciting. When I come back, I'll be here with two of my friends to take you on today's workout. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Like I said, I was going to be here with two of my friends, and I got Brandon and Antoinette with me. So we'll be doing this leg workout together, and it's going to be intense, trust me, but you're going to love it. So we're starting with the calves. The calves is one muscle group that is very neglected, but it's very important. So we're working on this. This is where we call the calves. So this is how we do it. You push your heel off this way, and then stand on it. So we're going like this, activating this part of the legs, the calves. So that's what's up. We're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Now, shake it off. So we're going straight to squats. The squats is like one of the most common workouts for legs, and it targets your quads, your glutes, and your hamstrings. It's very good workout for you. It helps you get your whole leg working. So let's go. What we do is your legs in this position, you go down, deep squats, and then come back up. Go down, all the way down, and then come back up. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure that you squeeze your glutes when you come up. 8, 9, 10. Let's go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, leg workout is always very intense. It's going to get all your body working. It's one part of the body that you work on that affects your whole body. So you're going to be feeling a little bit strenuous when you do this, but you're going to love it. It's going to help you a lot. So it's help you get stronger when you do this. So this time around, we're going to open and close squats. It's another variation of squats. So we're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Down, close, open, and close. Let's go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. All right, shake it off. You'll be feeling a little bit of pain in your leg. It's very, very normal. This is very normal. Just shake it off. Rest for a few seconds before you go on to the next session. All right. So this time around, we'll be doing lunges, reverse lunges. So let's do lunges. Lunges first, then we'll do reverse lunges. Lunges is you come up with one leg down and then take it back. Come up with the other leg, go down, and then take it back. That's lunges. You're targeting your quads. These are your quads, these muscles here. You get it activated. So you ready, guys? 3, 2, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So this is good to activate your quads. Just shake it up. Shake it up. You're gonna be feeling pain, but it's quite normal. Like they say, no pain, no gain. All right, so this time around, we're doing reverse lunges. So reverse lunges is, instead of going forward, we're going backwards. Go back, and then move backwards. That's reverse lunges. So we do it in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's it for reverse lunges. Shake it off. All right, so we're going to one of the most difficult leg workouts, and that's called jump squats. Jump squats are very like normal squats, but then you have to jump up and lift your body when you go up. All right, let's do this. Let me give you an example of jump squats. You go down and then push up. Down and then up. That's it for jump squats. So we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, this is the lost trainers than all the other variations of squats that we've been doing. So take time and take a rest. You can take a rest for like a minute or two and then come back to the workout. All right? You good? You good? All right, so this time around, we're going to jump lunges. It's a lot more difficult too, sort of like the jump squats. So take your breath. And don't forget to breathe when you're doing all this workout, because you need oxygen inside you. So breathe in with your nose and out with your mouth when you're doing this. You ready? So we're doing jump lunges, and how you do jump lunges is more like the normal lunges, but then you jump with it, like this. All right, that's jump lunges. We're going through that. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. That's jump lunges. Yeah, Brenda loves that. It's a very, 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 very strenuous workout, but it's very good for you. It's very good to keep your quads working, to keep blood pumping in your quads, and to help your muscle grow. Okay? A lot of people find it difficult to grow their legs, but if you could do this workout judiciously, I'm sure you're going to get the results that you need. All right, so this time around, we're going to side lunges. And how you do the side lunges is, you spread your legs, and then you go down this way in a lunge position. Go down this way in a lunge position. So that's side lunges. What? Yeah, we're going right and then to the left. All right, you ready? Spread your legs. You go this way and then this way. All right, you ready, guys? Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Right. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. 7, 8. Let's go. 9. 5 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, that's it for side lunges. I know these workouts are strenuous, and the legs are one of the most difficult muscles to build. And if you build your legs, I'm sure you're going to love them because you're going to be strong on the ground. When you have a very good lower body weight, it's very good for you to have a strong physique. All right, so we're doing one more variation of squats, and then we're good for the day. Just take your time to rest for a bit before you do this because it is a lot strenuous, so you need to take your time with this. All right, just stretch it. Just kick off the strain, and then we'll be done with this. All right, so this time we're going back to the closed and open squats. How we do this is you put your legs together, squat, and then open it, and then squat. Bring it together, squat, open it, and then squat. So that's it. That's the last workout for the day. So let's go. This is strenuous too, but we got this. We got this, yeah? Anto, we got this, yeah? So let's go. 3, 2, 1. Close first. Let's go. Close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's it, guys. That's it for legs. I told you it was going to be exciting. I know it's a little bit strenuous, but you'll love it. You'll love the results when you get them. So thank you, Anto, and thank you, Brendan, for doing this with me. So I'll be right back at you. Peace. All right, guys, so that's it for today. I know you had an exciting one with that. It's a little bit strenuous, I know, but you will love it. Okay, that's what's up. It's still your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane. And if you love what I'm wearing, you can get it on Fits with Brain. That's FITWITBRN. Just send me a DM, okay? And this is Get Fit on Black Drum TV. You can follow us on official Black Drum TV on Instagram, and you can watch on YouTube at Black Drum TV. Peace and love, guys. I'll see you soon.
For my life, I go chill.
This show showcases interesting and cultural African parties from around the world. Come closer and experience the music, fashion, and the food that makes every party special. Showing weekly on Black Drum TV. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Come party, party.
Black Drum Sessions video series showcases African indigenous musicians performing live in our studios. Come take a trip around Africa through authentic and indigenous voices. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
My name is Edauto.
My name is Anke.
Akilabi.
Kayefi Osha.
Adering Sola.
My name is Fine Art, and you are watching.
And you are watching.
Simi J, you're watching Black Drum Session.
Welcome to a beautiful morning right here in the city of Lagos and wherever you are across Africa watching us. This is Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. We promise you an amazing show today as we bring you updates from across the world on news update, on top stories across Africa and the world at large. We also bring you updates on sports. We also bring you updates on entertainment. And of course, we will be dealing with a very important topic. I wouldn't know if we'll be able to figure out one before the show is over today. And then the final segment of the show where we bring you an educative section that would interest you. With me on the show today is BC Pelumi, Adebisi Pelumi. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for introducing me.
Trust you had a wonderful weekend.
I had a weekend.
You had
I had a weekend.
Oh well, but then it's glad to have you back on the studio this morning.
Same as you.
And of course, I trust you to do justice to a great show today.
I trust you too. So let's move straight to our top stories.
Yeah.
I'll be calling out the first headlines. Right, will be giving us the stories in details. All right. So the first one says NAFDAC to Nigerians: reduce salt intake to curb preventable diet-related health hazards. I don't understand. We should reduce the amount of salt we take.
Well, that's on them to be able to have carried out their research and given us this information. Well, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control has cautioned Nigerians against excessive consumption of sodium non-iodized salt to avoid the growing risk of cardiovascular diseases. Director General NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, made the call at the Nigerian Sodium Study Stakeholders meeting held at University of Abuja. The program was organized by Nigerian Sodium Study in collaboration with the Cardiovascular Research Center, University of Abuja, George Institute for Global Health. Well, I agree with them. If they have carried out their research and they've seen that in recent times, this is a more causative factor for cardiovascular diseases, and they would suggest a reduced intake or a more controlled intake. Of course, it is only natural for us to follow the instructions and be able to manage the outbreak of such diseases.
So we're just going to pretend like it doesn't come as a shock or a surprise that there is a movement studying sodium.
No, it doesn't, because it's always been there.
Okay.
You probably just found out. It's always been there.
I just did. All right, but I think
it's a good thing,
related to cardiovascular disease, like heart attacks, high blood pressure, hypertension, and all of that. So, storing excessive intake of salt, and I feel in Nigeria, like we take a lot of salt. Everything has seasoning or one form or the other.
Eventually.
But if we can reduce it and then it helps increase our health benefits, especially in the cardiovascular region, it's a worthy advice. So please try and reduce your salt intake, but don't reduce the salt you're serving. Thank you. All right, moving on to the next top story. Grant amnesty to bandits, Boko Haram, and Unity Schools alumni. Oh, sorry, let me take that again. Grant amnesty to bandits and Boko Haram. Unity Schools alumni advise government. I think I've had it up to here, right, with people dishing out random advices to the government. Like, I don't understand where the sense of the logic of the advice
behind the statements, where they come from.
Exactly, where they are coming from, where they are even going.
I totally agree, because we've gone past this. I think
Hundreds of times.
we spoke about this a couple of times, and we said there's no point saying you're granting amnesty to them and they do not suffer for. I mean, it's been almost a decade. Yeah, it's been almost a decade since we've been dealing with the issues of bandits, Boko Haram, and all of other situations arising. And no one is saying, "Oh, let's take very drastic actions as regards this." Instead, we're trying to grant amnesty. It's becoming
the Niger
really alarming.
Delta region Avengers that were granted amnesty is because their movement was for a cause. They had
was for a cause
up to here.
Yeah,
with oil companies drilling
oil,
and
taking
damaging
advantage,
their source of livelihood without any form of compensation whatsoever. So when they took that action, the government realized that we're in the wrong.
This was a very necessary action.
I think it was during Jonathan's administration, and then the amnesty was carried out. Right? Yeah. We understand that, but you are a terrorist. Right?
This is just no cause for your movement.
For your movement, you are just disrupting national peace and security, right? And then you are saying we should grant them amnesty. Okay, fine. Let's just give every criminal amnesty and just.
Do you understand? Every time we catch a criminal or a kidnapper, amnesty.
Hey, a kidnapper, amnesty. Oh, you're a ritual killer, amnesty.
That's a very sad. Let's move on.
All right, moving on to the next top story. ECOWAS moves to establish COVID-19 malaria vaccines manufacturing plants. Okay.
Okay, right. So
what are the details?
Buhari urges Africa to work towards self-sufficiency in manufacturing pharmaceuticals and vaccines.
Okay.
I would stand on the side of moving to pharmaceuticals to developing easy ways to produce products and get to result to products that would aid or carry more research on products that would help and create our vaccines easily. But then arrangements are, let me just read too. Arrangements are in top gear to establish a manufacturing plant for malaria and COVID-19 vaccines in Nigeria, Ghana, and Senegal. Meanwhile,
Nigeria, Ghana, and Senegal.
Yeah, of course. We're what's that?
Go on. I'll reserve my comments to when you're done reading the article.
Okay. Meanwhile, President Muhammad Buhari has said the vaccine rate in Africa is well below global average due to inequity in distribution and called on ECOWAS members countries to work towards self-sufficiency in manufacturing pharmaceutical vaccines. Speaking at ECOWAS Health Ministers Conference, which ended yesterday in Abuja, Buhari urged ECOWAS members countries to work in solidarity with a sense of purpose in their resolve to manage all phases of COVID-19 evolution. I totally agree with the movement and the pitching the idea. But if we are going to set up a new committee, no, hold on. Let me land.
Really holding on.
If we're going to have to set up a new committee, because that's what it always turned out to be.
A committee and a panel.
A committee and a panel to look into.
There would not be a council.
Yes, and would warrant certain amount of billions channeled to this committee to be able
for
to
a certain number of excessive period of time.
Eventually, we'll now be told there's a research going on and it will be required a whole lot of
I'm
billions.
liking this. You understand this vibe. You understand this story very well.
No, if this is where it would end, I really totally disagree with, because we already have standing committees that are set up.
Lots of them.
Lots of them, especially when this COVID struck. There were lots of committees that were set up.
Councils
eventually, yeah. So
presidential.
I totally disagree with them saying bringing the whole idea right now. These are things we should have spoken of right from the time the COVID-19 broke out.
Because I'm even worried about. Sorry to cut you. What I'm worried about is the fact that Buhari is saying. I don't know if it was Buhari who said it according to what you read, but you mentioned 3 countries that they want to
Ghana, Senegal, and
these
Nigeria.
plants, right? Ghana, Senegal and Nigeria. I have no problem with Ghana and Senegal. Those 2 countries have 247 power supply, right?
Okay.
It's fine.
They can be able to carry out proper research
they can en masse and then still produce. Now we're talking about Nigeria.
Okay.
Right? I mean, it's fine if we import the things that we need and we just assemble the drugs here, just give it the packaging.
Yeah.
Hey, it's good. But
the research should be carried out somewhere else.
Exactly. But
because we won't be able to trust how much efficiency
and then
we have.
The deficit in the distribution of vaccine falling short of global average. I don't think is a manufacturing or capability. I think it's a thing of the mindset of the Nigerians themselves.
Yeah.
We do not trust this vaccine.
We don't.
Hell, pardon me.
Because billions have been
exactly half the Nigerian populace don't even believe that the COVID-19 is real.
And they don't want to, for religious reasons, a whole
And
number of
personal
persons
reasons,
do not want to.
They don't want to move from knowing that the vaccine exists. I mean, knowing that the virus exists.
Yeah, it's just like when malaria struck. Do you remember when malaria struck? And at the instance when of course I had like an article. I had a read on the article, and I remember how the vaccine for malaria initially came before the cure was accepted. It took a lot. People felt this was a dying disease. No one was going to recover. Eventually went to vaccine and later turned to... Look at malaria drugs everywhere now.
I mean, you don't need
you literally
pharmacists
you don't
to tell
need,
you that you have malaria.
As much as we advise, we do not advise that.
Yes, we do not advise.
We do not advise
that. But
that
that's like the habit of people. They're just like, okay, headache, bitter taste, it's malaria.
It's malaria. Everyone just gives themselves
Even when the COVID
medication.
pandemic came up, the symptoms were similar to common cold or malaria. People who had it, they didn't go for the COVID test, were chunking down anti-malaria meds.
Really, I think Nigerians just need education, and we need education and a whole lot of other things to be able to recover.
There's a Nigerian watching this show right now.
Yeah, but that's the truth. It's the bitter truth.
No, who heard you say we need education? And it's like, thank you. Education in what? Something I know that does not exist. Well, it's just that. All right, moving on to the next top story. Supporting manufacturing sector will facilitate wealth creation. In what day and age?
Well, that's the bitter truth. I mean, we have to accept that once we're able to create, we should be able to produce. When we become a producing nation, we are able to handle a whole lot of economical balance, because like we were speaking earlier about the vaccine and creating the vaccine here. As much as we know our problems, that's why we're not producing. Because the cost of production in a very struggling society is way above. If I had to deal with a whole lot of electricity bills, taxes are just government policies, inconsistency with
insecurity,
a whole lot. If those factors were going to be really so disturbing in our production factor, I would rather not produce. I would rather go with the business of importing and selling at a higher. Importing and exporting.
Profit must be made.
Profit must be made, exactly. No one wants to set up a business and would have to struggle with balancing the business because of environmental factors and other things.
Now, my own challenge with this is that supporting manufacturing sector, right? When you say we support manufacturing sector, that means you're talking about producing, the whole mass production,
chain, back home,
from raw material to changing it to finished products and transporting and all of that. The age when the manufacturing age, has long gone. No. I'm sorry, it's the bitter truth. It's long gone.
But you can't completely say that, because
when I mean it's long gone, I'm saying the peak where human labor, human capital is like the major key element in manufacturing.
I understand that.
It's shifting already to automated. All right. Do you understand? So if we're starting a manufacturing sector now, service now, it's not like
exactly. It mustn't necessarily be the products that are quickly handled. For example, production of cars. As much as you said they are automated, it doesn't mean there are no factors that support it. There's still manpower to support it.
That's what I'm saying, that even if we start a manufacturing sector, we can't employ the bulk of the unemployed rates that we have now to solve that unemployment problem. It's not. We're going to employ qualified and skilled labor. Okay. Do you understand? So that has like separated the margin for solving the unemployment rate. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand where you're coming
from. So that's like a challenge on its own. But if it will help us increase the value of our naira by some percent, maybe like 2 or 3%, I think it will be worth it.
All right, let me just give a read through this quickly. The National President, Nigeria Society of Chemical Engineers, Mr. Saidu Mohammed, has said that the society has grown from being an advocacy group to one that recommends implementable solutions to industrial issues in the country. Speaking in Lagos ahead of the 51st annual conference and 50th anniversary of the association with the team Chemical Engineering and Changing the World, he disclosed that for a country to develop beyond trading activities, there's a need for manufacturing-based approach to creating job opportunities and other economic benefits. Well, it's quite interesting that they're looking into this, but the country has to take a really long turn or a really long reshaping for massive productions to come into boom.
The manufacturing sector challenge. There are just two major things the government needs to put in place, and the ripple effect, right, will cause the manufacturing sector to boom. What are those two things? Power, right?
Okay.
And good.
Maybe two basic first.
Yeah, the fundamental things.
Fundamental
Power
things.
supply has to be 24/7.
Okay.
Right? Road and transportation infrastructure, those two things has to be sorted, because by the time they finished the they don't even have to have the manufacturing plants in Lagos, the commercial.
Okay.
If road network is good, if railway network
You
is
see
good,
how much Dangote is putting in so much work in roads.
Exactly.
It's because he understands how transportation factor
if
is.
the government had done that, the money is channeling to construct roads.
Would go into more massive production, more labor
You get
employment,
it.
and
He can
employment
employ
job
more.
creations.
But
Yeah,
because of that, obviously, he would have cut down on some things in order
a whole
to.
lot to be able to cover up.
understand?
That's how business is. But well, I don't know. I'm forced to say we do hope the government would heed or keen to such
There we go. All
actions.
right. Moving on to the fifth top story, which is the first half of our top story segment. Military remains at the forefront in tackling insecurity. Army General. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We've heard this countless times.
Yep.
But we still have more and more rising insecurity issues
Well done. Those fighting the threat, in the front
in the
line.
forefront
Yeah,
of
the soldiers,
fighting Boko Haram. We
facing-
give it to
yes,
you for
yes,
all
of
your
course.
effort. And of course, we pray that the government would also see to how much security we need in these times, and be able to provide more infrastructure and ammunitions for them to be able to carry out. If you hear their complaints, most of which is proper ammunitions to be able to fight,
the sponsors
proper
of terrorism.
payment and servicing of these officers is very necessary, that we look into all these things as much as possible.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for our first half of our top stories. We'll take a quick break, and when we get back, of course, we'll continue with our top stories. It's Hello Africa.
Get the scoop on the latest trend in the auto industry. Every show brings our viewers the opportunity to cash in on flash sales from car dealers. View thousands of cars with stunning visuals and detailed information in order to make that big decision about your next automobile. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back on the show. It's Hello Africa. My name is Favor Aya. I like to be called Favorite. And with me on the show this morning is Adebisi Pelumi.
Simply BC. Fine.
Oh. Okay. Well, welcome. In case you just joined us, we are still dealing with our top stories. You can be a part of our conversation via the link in the description. Moving on to our top stories this morning. This one says U.S.-China trade Taiwan warnings ahead of Biden and Xi summit.
Yeah, there was a virtual meeting between the President of the United States of America, President Joe Biden. Why are you smiling like that?
Because I like this story, and I like where it's coming.
Between Presidents Joe Biden and the President of China.
Two powerful nations
Xi
having...
Jinping, two powerful nations who are the most emitters of greenhouse gases.
Okay.
All right, and one of the two most powerful economies as well.
Yeah.
But now the challenge is, we covered this story in some of our previous episodes where China is trying to enforce
a balance with
it's democratic or is it rule over Taiwan. Taiwan is an independent country that speaks Mandarin, one of the only. So America has signed an agreement with Taiwan that should, in case an attack should come on Taiwan, America is to supply Taiwan with weapons for Taiwan to self-defense.
Counter-attack.
Exactly. But now China is also reminding the United States that, look, you also have an agreement with us to not interfere with some of our trade and then our kind of cultural issues and all of that. So America is torn between uploading the international ideology of free world, a democratic world, and its agreement with China.
Okay.
Right? But then there have been stern warnings that they've issued, telling China that, look, we're not going to stay idle if you intend attacking those people. If you attack Taiwan, we would help them respond.
Okay.
And then China is also saying, look, if you keep it up like this, you're going towards the Cold War era that occurred, a couple of decades or centuries back. I can't remember the dates properly. But tensions are still everywhere. China is mounting both economic and military tension on Taiwan, invading their air defensive zones anyhow. They've not attacked yet, but just like showing them, this is what we can do, right? Okay. And then America is saying, no, don't worry, we're here for you guys. So it's a lot of
but what does America stand to get from this by supporting is it is there anything Taiwan is offering? Because I'm surprised America wants to be in. Is it the world power they are trying to?
No, America is already the world power.
Yeah,
everybody knows that, right? But there's this ideology that the United Nations and with America committing a lot of pledge. When you're a billionaire, it's expected of you to be a philanthropist automatically.
Okay,
right.
I'm hearing that
for the first time. Are you serious?
No.
Automatically, it's expected of you to be a philanthropist. It's just the way the society works.
Okay,
now.
Okay.
When you are the world power, it's expected of you to keep the peace.
All right.
And the free world. America is a free world, a liberal society.
Okay.
And as world power, they are expected to keep that liberalism across, the international community.
Do you remember our NSAS time?
Yeah, I remember our NSAS time.
Okay. I'm just trying to
figure out why they
didn't interfere. Why? Because exactly.
They can't as much as they're keeping the peace. It hasn't gotten to the stage where they can interfere. If they interfere at that point in time with their military power, it's no longer keeping the peace. It has turned to invasion.
Okay,
you understand? We still have a functioning government. We still have a functioning military power.
That was
not crippled or toppled. Do you understand?
And so they can't did not say
comment exactly. It's on, but they covered the news, and they took up the case to the international. Is it International Court of Justice or International Criminal Court? One of the two. I think ICC, International Criminal Court. Where the shooting occurred, and they had to run ballistics on the bullets.
Okay.
I found out that it was a Russian military piece. Yeah, that was sold to the Nigerian military at some point. Yeah. So that's that story. So it's not like as if they have any particular thing to gain. It's just the responsibility the international community has put on themselves. So, yeah.
That being said, moving on to our next story, Fernandez under pressure ahead of Argentina parliamentary elections.
Parliamentary.
Parliamentary.
Yeah, parliamentary elections. So, funny, they usually have this would I say mid-term now? Elections that occur even during a term of any sitting president or whatever. And right now, Fernandez is under pressure because his party faces the threat of losing their Senate majority, right? And that's because it's the people that are going to go and vote again, and public appeal, public appeal of his parties has been falling, short, especially after recovery from the pandemic and then the inflation rate in Argentina and all of that. Then there's a huge recession, right? The recession is dropping. I mean, the recession in 2018 has made a GDP drop about 9.9% last year due to coronavirus pandemic.
That's quite a long,
so
very huge drop.
All hands on deck, trying to rally people to vote. But hey, once the election comes and it goes, most analysts have concluded that it's most likely that with the way things are going, that his party will lose their Senate majority seats. That's why the pressure.
Okay, moving on from that, from crab balls to cars, Biden's hometown feels inflation pinch.
Yes, Mid-Atlantic City gave Biden most of his votes. That's where he's from. Actually, all of his political career that they supported him. But after the pandemic and all of that, then recovering from the pandemic, the economy, inflation, and everything, the prices of commodities have skyrocketed. The prices of used cars, the prices of new cars, the prices of groceries, the prices of foods in restaurants.
Everything has taken in it.
So,
but that's not even...
from the headline, from crab balls to cars, people have started taking out luxury meals from their menu, right?
And doing...
exactly, because it's becoming too high to sell profitably. Exactly. So that's just that.
Oh, well. Uganda AU troops convicted of killing civilians in Somalia.
Yeah, 5 Ugandan soldiers are serving, who were serving with the African Union missions in Somalia, that's the AMISOM, have been convicted of killing, I think it was
Civilians in Somalia.
7 civilians. Yeah, 7 civilians. And they've been sentenced, 2 have been sentenced to death, and 3 of them have, I think, been sentenced to either life in prison or something like that.
Wow.
And the reason why they took out, such harsh conviction is not just because, I mean, you would guess that as African Union soldiers, right, they would be protecting
with control
the peace and all of that. But there's been allegations and reports that these soldiers have been,
carrying out more
sexual misconduct, harassing civilians, and all sorts of messed up kind of. It was starting to shift from protection to rebellion, and then so when this happened and they were able to trace down the soldiers, they just give the the sentence, and so yeah.
Wow. Oh, well, that's it for our top stories this morning. When we get back from this short break, we'll bring you our entertainment gist. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Over the world, there are underground food spots that thrive 24/7. These are well-kept secrets that only the well-connected know about. Come with us as we go on an adventure to discover the tastes and locations of the most popular street food joints across Africa. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Well, welcome back on the show. With me is BC Bellumi, simply BC.
Yeah, it's good to have you back on your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV.
Yeah, and of course, I'm Favor Aya, like to be called Favorite. Yeah, we bring you entertainment gist, of course, on the show. But before we dive into entertainment gist, I was going to ask a question because the weekend seemed like it was a very busy one across Lagos. I mean, with lots of events happening. And do you feel the season of
Christmas? No.
Yeah.
No.
I feel it already.
That means you just got credit alerts. That's
no, it's not about the credit alerts, because I was just going to say before we dive into the entertainment gist, everywhere is buzzing already. Lots of events are already on ground. Lots have already started happening.
In Lagos on the weekends, there's a lot of Owambes.
Owambes are quite different. When it comes to Christmas season, we have lots of events. Aside the Owambes, just weddings and all of that. Parties, but this time we're talking about comedy events, awards. There's Afrif, there was Afrif, there's Afrima. Lots of Afrif happened over the weekend. We have Afrima still on ground. We still have lots of concerts and comedy events happening.
Seems excited.
Was that one yesterday? I'm excited. That's why I said I need to confirm if you feel the wind already of the season.
I do not feel any wind. I do not see any wind. I do not taste any wind.
Maybe because BC happens to be an indoor guy, so he would probably not understand where.
Why would you think I'm an indoor guy?
Because you can't feel the wind already. Okay, moving on to our entertainment stories. The first one for today says P-Square brothers follow each other back on Instagram. Oh wow!
You people better not be joking with our mindset. If you are coming back as P-Square, come back. Which one is all these follow back on Instagram?
On the other hand, I'm quite impressed. I mean, I'll choose peace 100 times more over war. So I'm happy with this too, the duo, and I do hope they come back together and give us the same good music.
At least one more album, one last album for the fans, for the gram, for the fans. Just one album, P-Square.
Oh yeah, and I saw pictures of Peter. I think it was Peter, or one of them took the other one's children on
Christmas came early.
Yeah, they went to went shopping, and it was just a quite interesting view for me.
That explains why we're feeling the Christmas wind already.
Please be safe.
Move on to the next.
Jamaican singer Sean Kingston allegedly punches Paul. allegedly punches, pulls gun on music video director. This is quite too much for...
Sean Kingston needs therapy.
That's what you think? Well,
That's what I know.
Well, I
Sean
went
Kingston?
over the story, and it was a very disturbing one because it was just a mere collision in their apartment. And I wouldn't say that. It felt like a bully to me because from the statements the videographer or the cinematographer dropped, he said he had been living with Sean Kingston for about 3 months now in the apartment, trying to create work and create music, art, of course. But last night, I think 2 nights ago rather, Sean Kingston summoned him at the upper floor of the building and demanding that he showed up so they could do some work and so he could shoot some shots for him. But this was at a very unstable hour, I think about 2 a.m. in the morning.
Wait, what?
Yeah, at 2 a.m. in the morning, he wanted him to come cover, and he was delaying. And so news head Sean Kingston showed up downstairs with first dragging him, punching him with a fist in the face and really giving him some really dangerous cuts on his nostrils. And then he pulled out a gun asking him to move out of his apartment at that time of the night, saying he should get his things and move out. Very disturbing story. I mean, why pull out the gun? If you had a gun,
Why punch?
why
go
even,
violent?
Yeah, go violent
So
on
I
your
told you he needs
partner.
therapy.
Indeed, I feel he should check out and get a therapy because that's too extreme.
Mental instability.
Yeah, you probably would do that to someone you have a serious gang bang or gang fight with, but not
Video director.
your video director, someone staying with you in the same apartment. Pull out the gun, pulling
Exactly.
out the gun on him.
Regardless of video director or not, if two of you
I
stay
mean,
together in the
staying-
same
yeah.
apartment for 3 months, there's no need to be violent about anything.
Okay.
I always shoot it next time.
Oh, this one says Britney Spears vows to sue father for abuse during 13-year conservatorship. Oh wow! You know, I must say, people in the Western world, there's a way they live their life. I just appreciate it so much because it helps you discipline yourself in so many manners. So. It turns out she's suing her father right now. And her fans are very impressed with the action because a couple of years she had an addiction she was suffering from, which of course broke the internet and everyone was really
Coke?
worried.
Was it Coke?
I can't say. But then that prompted her to be under some serious conservatorship with her father standing in as the guardian. So she couldn't take any decisions on her own. Her father had to make the most decisions for her. And by that, there was a certain amount of funds. The father had to look over, he had to monitor, we're talking about billions of dollars in her custody.
Pretty sure it was millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, eventually it could be millions of dollars, yeah.
It is millions of dollars.
Okay. Well, her father had to be in charge of the financial and every other aspect. So basically, she's suing him right now because it was too much of actions he put on her at the time, and forcing them not to be able to, not forcing her not to have access to certain financial responsibilities for herself, and then now she's suing him because she feels that at this point she should be able to have access to those things, and they're still holding it against her. So, well, for me, I feel the father said all allegations she has tendered is false, and of course the probate judge who gave the judgment and said she needed the conservatorship, yeah, says that he has also looked into the father's plea and said no allegations raised against him is factual enough for her to sue him. Well, let's wait and see what the end result would look like.
All right, moving on to the next one.
Why I'm staging debut concert, Buju. Oh, well, he has done quite enough to be able to stage a concert because he's been featured in so many albums, in so many tracks with several artists. I mean, Wizkid, to mention a few: Wizkid, Burna Boy, Fireboy. He's doing so well. He has lots of tracks. So if he wants to, I mean, he said he is staging a concert on the 22nd of December, and he intends to be able to feature all those artists on his concert. So it's quite a good one for him. Big ups to you. We look forward to your concert, and we hope it's a success. People criticize me for being a good guy. J. Paul. Whatever you do, people would always criticize you. So,
why would you think you're a good guy? Why would you think you're a good guy?
No, he doesn't. In his context, I mean, there are certain actions you take, and you definitely give it to yourself.
If you say so. All right. So this next one says, "Why I'm taking time to release music." If Naya Anekwe, I hope I pronounced that properly.
We've done this before. We've talked about this.
Yeah. So apparently, she has an interview, and she said she wants to give her fans something nice. She's taking her time to create good music. Take all the time you need. It's no rush.
Wow, this one is very, very.
Being Nigerian is a curse, says BB Niger star Chloe. Reality TV star Oluwabusayo Abiri, popularly known as Chloe. I have no idea where Chloe came from that name. Stated that being a Nigerian is a curse both at home and abroad, and that she wants to change that. But in response to that, Unlimited LA, the video director known as Buhari Olamilekon, said he disagrees, and that being in Nigeria, of course, maybe the green passport, but if you have a honest job, that's what his reply was, and you are in a foreign country for a genuine purpose, with all your documents intact, you won't have any problems. Chloe, of course, in a response said, you've not gone through.
You have no idea,
Yeah, you've not gone through card. Your card not working, which on
that's what I was just going to tell you.
As in, you just get stranded. Your card doesn't work, and then Unlimited LA, in response to Chloe, I'm standing with Unlimited LA on this one. In response to Chloe, gave details. Chloe gave details, of course, that all Nigerian bank cards stop working on you in the middle of nowhere and you get stranded. I don't think so, because most of you never crossed the border. I beg, make una leave me.
Well, I disagree with
Hold on. This is where it gets interesting. Unlimited LA said that he understood how she felt, and that's why he has an American bank card. So, Chloe, it's not Nigeria that is a curse. It's not being in Nigeria that is a curse.
Why does he have in Nigeria? Why does he have an American bank card?
He just said because he doesn't want to be stranded again.
Exactly. So that's exactly what she's trying to say.
You're not getting this point.
I am getting absolutely getting it.
Listen.
So let me tell you what I think.
Hold up. Let me just land.
Okay.
Chloe, it's not about Nigerian being a cause.
I know what you're trying to do. You are trying to, as much as you are making a joke of us.
I think it's just.
You are still.
I think Chloe should just get an American bank.
You are cruising on Nigeria. That's everything in here.
That's all. Because if it's the banker that is giving you issue, there's plenty American bankers that you can get. Get it and spend in dollars.
No.
If you can.
But on a very honest note, I've known Chloe for a while, and she's very particular about things like this. She's always talking about how Nigeria fails her every time. And this is very, very as
Nigeria failed you.
In several ways.
Oh, ouch! Wow.
Yeah, several ways. Yeah. Let's not talk about that, because we won't end today. So let's just move on.
Okay. All right. Peru demands 500 million naira from Annie Dibia for alleged libel and defamation. See, the way people sue people anywhere in this country.
That's what you wanted now. That's what you have always
500 million naira. I'm going to sue you. I will sue you. All right. So if you recall the other time where Annie dragged.
She came out and apologized.
Yeah, she did apologize, but she had dragged Two-Face for visiting Peru when he was in the United States at one point, and then she labeled Peru some, of course, and then eventually you found out that Peru and Two-Face didn't actually meet up. They had nothing. They're just civilian parental. They just have a civil parental relationship according to the legal document. And then Peru was like, okay, time to cash out. Let's sue this girl for 500 million.
Some people don't just let things slide. So
it's not a matter of letting things slide. I think Annie was also rushed. Yeah, she overreacted and miscalculated and just jumped. Oh well, she is a woman, and just jumped to conclusion. It was just now she has to pay 500 million unless, of course, our lawyers are able to,
All right, moving on.
Fans hail Fino for new album, Something to Live For. Indigenous rapper Fino, as he's popularly called, his name is Chibuzo Azubike, has released his latest album, Something to Live For. The 16-track album was released on Friday and featured seasoned artists like High Life Band, The Cavemen, Olamide Peruzzi, Flavor, and others. And fans are already, congratulating him, stating their favorite tracks. All of that.
Big ups to him.
Big ups to him.
Yeah.
All right, this last one on the entertainment segment says Asians, Nigerians can achieve a lot together in filmmaking. Sonki OG, who is a visual artist, actor, journalist, human rights campaigner, and lots of other things I will not go on to mention. His name is Olasukomi Ogunade. Is of the opinion that Nigerians and Asians can achieve a lot together in the area of filmmaking, and that's his opinion. Oh, okay. Interesting, very interesting. I'll look forward to you, because he said he wants to, he intends to shoot with Asians and bring it home, to showcase to the world. And okay, if you pull that off,
we wait for the result.
Yeah, good luck.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we get back, Adebisi Pelumi would bring you sport updates.
How much do you know about Africa? Scratch that. Can you go head-to-head with other viewers and answer general questions correctly? Smart Money Live Trivia is aimed at enterprising audiences who gets rewarded while enhancing knowledge and sharpening decision-making skills. The daily game is open to all players on Blackdrop TV, social media handles. Fresh episodes are broadcasted from Monday to Friday on StarTimes Channel 194. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
3, 2, 1, action.
Welcome back to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. My name is Adebisi Pelumi, and I am bringing you the sports segment, which starting off with a very interesting result. All right, so moving on to the sports segment, France versus Kazakhstan. Mbappe scores 4 as France wins 8-0 to reach 2022 World Cup. Kylian Mbappe bagged 4, helping France to a resounding 8-0 win over Kazakhstan, which secures the holders' place in the World Cup. The Paris Saint-Germain phenomenon scored with a measured volley, then tapped home an opening goal after Kingsley Coman rounded the goalkeeper and squared for him, before powering a header home from a Coman center to secure a treble within the first half hour. In the second half, his striker partner Karim Benzema netted a brace, the first from a pullback from Theo Hernandez, and then an open goal, which Mbappe unselfishly scored for him. Adrien Rabiot powered home a header, and Antoine Griezmann slotted home a penalty before Mbappe put a bow on the night by racing to make Moussa Dabi's imperfect through ball absolutely perfect as he left the defenders flat-footed and scored yet another goal. France will top Group D, holding a 4-point lead over Finland, where they will play their final game on Tuesday. Kazakhstan prop up the group with 3 points. Okocha relishes playing under Allardyce. Super Eagles captain Austin Okocha has reflected on his spell as a Bolton Wanderers player under Sam Allardyce's management. Okocha, who left Paris Saint-Germain for the English club in 2002, played the entirety of his Bolton career under Allardyce, achieving huge success at the formerly named Reebok Stadium. The Nigerian international made 124 appearances for Bolton, more than any side in his career. In 2004-2005, he helped take the Wanderers from just outside of the relegation zone to qualifying for the UEFA Champions League Cup for the first time. In an interview with TalkSport, the club icon talked about what it was like playing for Allardyce. He said, and I quote, "It took me a while to really understand what Sam's philosophy was, but once I understood it, it was a bit easier then. After a while, I realized that it's not really that kind of long ball person, but it was all he had then. The players that he had then, he can only play direct football with them because they haven't got the ability to outpossess the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, or Manchester United. So he was playing to his strengths. But then when he came in and when he started bringing players with better quality in the squad, we started playing a bit more possession football." Belgium qualified for 2022 World Cup. Belgium booked their place at the 2022 FIFA World Cup with a 3-1 win over Estonia in their qualifying group on Saturday, guaranteeing a third straight appearance at the tournament. With just one match left to play in Group E, top-ranked Belgium remained unbeaten and have assailable 5-point lead over second-placed Wales. Wales beat Belarus 5-1 in Cardiff, with Gareth Bale making his 100th appearance for the hosts. Despite the absence of several key players, including Romelu Lukaku, Belgium attacks kept coming at King Baudin Stadium, and the Red Devils should have won by a bigger margin if not for the profligacy, in front of goal. Christian Benteke, who replaced Lukaku up front, put the host in front early, and Yannick Carrasco made it 2-0 after the interval. Belgium briefly lost its focus in the last 20 minutes, allowing Estonia to come back in the match through a goal from substitute Eric Sorga before Thorgan Hazard restored a 2-goal lead. In Qatar, Belgium's golden generation of players will aim for the major title it craves so much following repeated failures in recent years. Liberia versus Nigeria. Osimhen's goal put Super Eagles ahead at halftime. Super Eagles of Nigeria, leading Lone Star of Liberia in the first half of their penultimate match of the group phase of FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 qualifying race in Tangier on Saturday evening. Victor Osimhen scored a penalty in the 15th minute to put Eagles ahead 1-0. Victory in today's game and failure by Cape Verde to amass all 3 points against Central African Republic on the island of Mindelo will send the Super Eagles to the knockout round of qualifying series with a game to spare. Super Eagles will have their final group phase encounter against Cape Verde's Blue Sharks in Lagos on Tuesday. Nigeria are on 9 points, 2 more than Cape Verde, meaning another 3 points, and any form of stumble by the Blue Sharks will make the Super Eagles unassailable going into the match on Tuesday. Only the group winners will proceed to the knockout phase that will be home and away exercise to produce Africa's 5 flag bearers in Qatar. Cape Verde's Blue Sharks, who host Central African Republic in Mindelo, have 7 points and will be hoping the Super Eagles stumble in North Africa. England versus Albania. Harry Kane scores hat-trick as England win 5-0. Harry Kane's 4th international hat-trick led England to a 5-0 demolition of Albania, with all the goals coming in the first half. Harry Maguire opened the scoring after 9 minutes, meeting Reece James' free kick with a free header. Then Kane doubled the lead, nodding home from close range after a delightful cross from Jordan Henderson before the 20-minute mark. Kane returned the favour as the Liverpool striker played a 1-2 with him before turning a defender and dinking past the Albanian goalkeeper for the goal of the night. The England captain's second came next. He was found in embarrassing space in the area by Raheem Sterling before driving home a left-footed effort into the roof of the net from a tight angle. His third rounding off a perfect hat-trick was a scissor kick direct from a corner which deflected off Castro DeMarco en route to goal. Only Jimmy Greaves with 6 and Gary Lineker 5 have scored more hat-tricks for England now. The second half saw England's understandably go through the motions, with Emile Smith-Rowe making his debut the only notable event. A win or a draw in the last match at San Marino on Monday will seal England's place in Qatar. And that's a wrap on our sports segment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with, of course, the educative and the entertaining part of the show, the weird facts. Don't go anywhere.
Black Drum Creative Hub is the only show that focuses on the creative sector, the show of shows. On this show, we dissect issues that are critical to the creative space, talk to and engage key players in the sector, and we showcase the heart of the creative industry, from the shows, the behind the scenes of the shows, the innovations, and of course, the tales by moonlight. Finally, we have a show we can rightly call the Creative Portal, a fulcrum for growing the entertainment sector. For inquiries and partnerships, contact marketing at 080-811-05907 or marketing at blackdrum.tv.
Confirm that you can hear me. Clear? All right. I'm good.
5, 4,
BC.
3, 2, 1, action.
Welcome back to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. My name is Adibisi Belumi, and who has joined me back on the show is my co-host, Favor Aya, who likes to be called Favorite. Favor, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, so it's time for the educative part of the show, and of course, it's also very interesting. Like Favorites will say, get a notepad, get a pen, and write down as much information as you can. All right, without further ado, please take the first word fact.
Oh. Steve Jobs wore the same outfits daily, not the exact same garments, but the same style. From 1998, 1999, all the way till 2010.
Yep.
Interesting.
A turtleneck and a pair of jeans. Oh, sorry. A black to the neck and a pair of jeans. Apparently, they said it's not turtleneck, it's to the neck. But, okay. All right, the next one says, a petabyte is a lot of data. 1 petabyte, that's PB, is equivalent to 1024 terabytes. That's 1,024 terabytes.
Wow.
To give an example of how big this is, 1 PB hard drive could hold 13.3 years of HD TV videos.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
That's quite a
Imagine
lot.
browsing at 1 PB speeds.
Please relax.
That's great.
That's way too far from where we are now.
Yeah, says you.
The government used PlayStation 3s, but not for gaming. In 2010, the United States Air Force used 1,760 PlayStation 3 consoles to build a supercomputer for the Department of Defense. They used PS3s because it was more cost efficient and green. Really?
Hey,
I do not understand so much.
I wasn't there. All right. This one says, you are in good hands if your surgeon was a gamer. Oddly enough, surgeons that grew up playing video games more than 3 hours per week make 37% fewer errors. Not only that, but they also had a 42% faster completion rate when it comes to performing laparoscopic surgery, as well as suturing. Laparoscopic, thank you. As well as suturing.
Oh.
Okay, but I would not want my surgeon to have a VR goggle right above me. As a matter of fact, I don't. You know what? It's fine. It's good. Let's just move to the next one.
The most expensive phone number cost millions. Back in 2006, Qatar Telecom hosted a charity auction where they sold the phone number 666666. It sold for $2.7 million, bought by the anonymous bidder.
Anonymous bidder. That's Lucifer, man. That's Lucy. Lucy coming to purchase his land. I'm telling you, bro. That's Lucifer.
Can you just...
I'm telling you, that's Lucifer. All right, kids that are on social media for 1 hour a day have less chance of being happy.
I don't understand, but I agree.
I do not agree, but I don't understand as well. But okay.
Okay, an average... Okay. Before I go to that place, I feel before I go there, let me come back to social media.
Okay.
I feel like children are more excited when they play games than when they're on social media. Apparently on social media, I'm just looking at pictures, I'm looking at what's happening, I'm probably away from the world.
Which of the children, which of the generations?
Exactly, so
the ones that came after our generations, those ones do everything together.
But by kids, I think they should be under 18, but they're about
15,
15
yeah.
13
All those ones play games, as in they have their iPad, their iPhone, and then the PS5.
Video games.
So like...
Nah, that's not spending completely 1 hour on social
phone.
media, yeah.
I think that's in the night.
So when you spend full 1 hour, I mean, let's just move on.
Let's move on, exactly.
All right, an average 21-year-old has spent 5,000 hours playing video games. I disagree.
So do I. Some of us
didn't
didn't have
that much
time. I didn't have a gaming
have
console.
that. I played games,
I played games. I had
Yeah.
access to game consoles, but
Yeah,
I was always
but
getting my.
it wasn't this
I was
much.
always getting beats. So
5,000 hours, nah. I don't think I'm even up to
all right. This one
1,000.
says sloths don't fall out of trees when they sleep because of how their claws evolved. Yes, their claws are like really, really curved.
Clipped, yeah.
So like once they just hook it up on the tree, it's just like that's it.
And they are gone.
And they're like one of the slowest animals.
Oh wow.
They're so slow that algae grows on their fur.
On their
fur.
Oh wow.
Algae.
All right, the more money people spend on their weddings, the more likely they are to get divorced. It's not just how much you spend on your wedding, but the engagement and wedding ring too, with bigger spenders finding themselves more likely to be looking for love again sooner than more frugal fiancés. All right, I agree.
I do not. What?
I agree. 100%.
I do not agree. I do not agree.
You know, when you have
So are you saying you're not going to spend a lot of money on your wedding? Is that what you're saying?
I totally agree, and I'm
No,
not going
hold up.
to spend so much money on my wedding.
So you see, that's my problem with human beings. Spending money or not on your wedding is not a determining factor to if your marriage will last or not.
No, it's not. That's not what this is saying. That's not what it's saying.
Listen to this. The more money people spend on their weddings, the more likely they are to get divorced. So this is what I'm saying.
It didn't say it's because of the more money they spend.
This is what it's saying. The more money you spend on your wedding is inversely proportional to the rate at which you get divorced.
As much as possible. What I say in this is, there are factors that would arise from spending so much in planning a wedding.
Just the typical Nigerian mindset.
That's what it is. It's not about typical. This is exactly it. This is for Nigerians.
It's not even Nigerians that are on the picture. I was coming at you.
That's not even the fact that this picture is here doesn't mean that they spent so much. They must have spent at their rate. Okay,
so what if spending at my rate?
Nigerians are the ones who
spending at my rate? What if spending at my rate is too much to you, but not to me?
No, that's not what it is. Because apparently, I've seen a whole lot of weddings, especially locally here in Nigeria. That
you look pained.
I'm pained because I've seen them.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen them.
What have you seen exactly?
Okay, I'll give you a practical example.
Please do.
In Nigerian culture, it is, or locally.
If you want to come at my culture, come at my
culture.
Stop cutting to the corners. I don't understand what this is. Stop cutting to the corners.
Specifically in Western Nigeria.
Say it.
There's a culture that...
Say the name of the culture. Say it
hold on.
I am here. Say it. No, come at me.
I'm coming. Let me. But I'm not... It's not only the Western part of Nigeria. I mean, in fact, Nigerians feel if you do not have a full wedding reception that would demand... There's a traditional wedding.
Engagement, yes.
There's a tradition. There's an engagement, of course, where you go knock on the door. No, that's not it.
No, there's introduction.
There's introduction.
Yeah.
And it's called the knocking on the door, where you still have to go with a whole lot of things to pay for dowry and all of that.
That's introduction. It basically is.
Now, after that, there is... Hold on.
Don't go with the dowry at introduction. You're mixing it.
Okay, yeah. For some cultures, you go and pay earlier. Yeah, I know. I know of some of them in southern Nigeria.
Right.
You go pay at the introduction. Okay, introduction and part payment of your dowry.
It's a part payment.
Yeah.
Go on.
Now, aside after that is done, there's a traditional wedding where there's proper payment for. That's not the engagement. That's the proper payment for.
That's the engagement.
Hold on. You go and make proper payments for the bride.
Engagement. Go on.
After the traditional wedding, there's still a church wedding.
White wedding. Yep.
White wedding. There is a reception
for the guest. Yep.
Wow.
And then after that, some do after parties.
Good.
Right?
Now, all of this is very unnecessary.
Why is it very unnecessary? It's the most remarkable day of
As a matter of fact, it feels like we should stick to the traditional wedding. And then the pastor's blessing.
Pastor's what now?
Blessing.
Who blessed Adam?
I don't know I don't understand the church wedding. I don't understand where it comes. And for some religion, no, yeah, that's a conversation. But for some churches, it is very vital that there are certain steps you must take, certain things that must happen.
That's not good.
So that's why I'm saying. For me, marriage should be a spiritual leader joining two persons. Aside the spiritual
leader that is government approved.
That is government, thank you. Approved, joining two persons.
Yeah.
And of course, celebration of the joining, if they do not want to do traditional wedding. But eventually, if you're going to have a traditional wedding, even at the traditional wedding, you can have a spiritual person come join the both of them.
I think the most important bit is the traditional wedding and the introduction, because you have to, if you're marrying into another culture especially, you have to honor the bride's
cultural
culture.
values.
Exactly, and then, respect the bride's parents and all of that. And then let both cultures or both family from both cultures know that these two are getting married. We approve, we agree, we know this. Do you understand?
I agree.
But my own challenge is what this fact is saying.
Because you want to be a practical...
A practical what? no, say it. A practical what?
A practical Westerner, of course.
Oh, thank you. See, in my culture, we like to party. You build house with party. You get a job with party. You die with party. You get promotion with party. You travel out of the country with party. You get married with party. You give birth to party. What else? You buy a new car with party.
It's all right.
So, and it's not just about what I'm having issues with is associating failing marriages with finance or with overspending our weddings. It doesn't. There are a lot of other factors that cause people to divorce. All right, and it's not just the amount they spend. There are people who got married and they spent a lot. Trust me, a lot, and they're still married. Okay, look at Bill Gates. Bill Gates and his wife, the billionaire Bill Gates. He has all the money in the world. He still ended up divorcing his wife. I mean, his wife divorcing him. They should divorce themselves.
Yeah. Did you check how much they spent on their wedding? Maybe this fact will now be coming into play. All right, let's just go on.
The world's first Guinness World Record for push-ups was 6,006.
Okay.
Charles Leinster took home the first Guinness World Record. Leinster, sorry, thank you. Took the first Guinness World Record in this category when he completed all 6,006 push-ups non-stop back in 1965. There are plenty of different records categories for push-ups these days, ranging from the most completed in 1 hour, that's 2,206, to the most consecutive one-finger push-ups, 124. Hey, I know that one-finger push-up. I think Bruce Lee set like the record for that.
Do you want to try it?
Excuse me?
Because you're talking about...
I don't even do push-ups. So
I was just going to say, can you successfully go through 10 push-ups?
I can do 50 max. That's it. 50, I'm done.
I'm sure by the time you're done with 50, your head veins will be all popping and all of that.
Yes, now my head veins will be popping. Do I look like I do push? Look at me. Do I do push-ups every single day?
Oh, wow. BC can be such a handful.
I'm 100% sure this person was on crack.
No, please stop it.
Come on, 1965. Who does 6,000 push-ups in 1965?
Well, people used to do. I mean, there were 2,000 ages ago, over 2,000 years ago, when someone pulled down a full tower.
I like how you wait. Which tower?
Samson. So in case
Samson was not on crack.
He wasn't on crack, yeah. So as a matter of fact, he wasn't even in his right state. He was actually sick.
He was on the gospel crack. He was on the gospel crack. It was the power of the Holy Ghost. You know, it was
what?
That was the gospel.
BC, I don't want to deal with you today. Please, let's not.
Samson was high on the Holy Ghost. All right,
that's it for today. Thank you so much for being on the show. It was good having you. And of course, thank you for always being a part of the show. BC, do you want to say?
Thank you for joining us on this Monday's edition of Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. Remember, guys, it's a productive week. It's a Monday. Go out there, make the money, work hard, be positive-minded, you know, stick with motivation. I'm not a motivational speaker, but aspire to perspire to acquire. All right. Stay safe, wear a nose mask, and yeah, catch you guys in the next episode. My name is Adebisi Pelumi, simply BC.
All right. On a closing note, don't forget to give out as much love as you would give out as much energy. Give us much love, and you would get the same. I promise you. I promise you. It's a wonderful week ahead. I promise you guys, if you stay loved, you would enjoy the week.
You gotta stop promising what you can't keep.
Nah. I can promise. Once you give out the same energy of love, you'll get the same. My name is Favor. I like to be called Favorite. Have a lovely week. It's always a great show, my G.
My G got it. You got it, bro.